you. Welcome back to course Artificial Intelligence. Our today's topic of video is Introduction to Constraint Satisfaction Problem. In the previous video, we discussed about AO* algorithm, and we have seen how to apply AO* algorithm on a particular AND/OR graph. Now in today's video, we are going to understand about constraint satisfaction problem. Now let's understand what do you mean by constraint satisfaction. Actually, constraint satisfaction is one of the kind of problem where you have to satisfy a set of given constraint. Initially you have been given some set of constraint, and following this constraint you need to solve a particular problem, and this constraint satisfaction consists of set of variable x, and for this variable x you need to set a value. So let's take an example of a constraint satisfaction problem is cryptarithmatic puzzle. So cryptarithmatic problem is one of the problem which is mostly used in interviews, as well as it is also asked in university exam also. So cryptarithmatic problem, so here we need to understand how to solve such a kind of problem. So arithmetic puzzle or problem is that problem where you have been given a constraint. The constraint is that you can make use of digit 0 to 9 but only once. Okay, you have to assign a digit to particular letter, but you can assign it only once, and by using which you need to find the value. Now we'll discuss how to solve a cryptarithmatic problem. So this constraint satisfaction problem can be solved in two steps. Step 1 is propagation of a constraint, and second one is making guess about values. So these are the two steps that we use to solve a constraint satisfaction problem, and here we are considering cryptarithmatic puzzle. Now let's take a simple example, very famous example we are considering over here. Send plus more equals to money. Now let me tell you the story behind this particular problem. The story is very simple, that a particular child who is living at another city and whose parents are living in another city. Okay, and that particular child is asking for money to his parent, but directly he is not saying what amount of money that his parent has to send to him, but he is asking that Papa, send me the money, send plus more equals to money. So whatever the addition of these two will have, that much amount of money we want. So for that, so this is what the problem that we need to solve. So, and it is called as a constraint satisfaction problem, and its category is cryptarithmatic problem. So here constraint is that you can make use of digit 0 to 9, but it can use only once. It can use only once to represent one digit. No two digits should have same value. So let's see how to solve this kind of problem. So I told you earlier that this kind of problem solved in two steps: constraint propagation, and second one is make a guess. So starts with first, that is constraint propagation. Now how to start solving this particular problem? Now in this case, what is a constraint? You can make use of only digit 0 to 9, and only one digit can be assigned to one letter. No two letter can have same digit. Okay, now let's take this. So always whenever you got such kind of problem, you have to try to solve it from left hand side. So here if you observe this, see, these are the constraint that we have to do in step number 1, but here you need to understand how to place the digit or how to place the value over here. Now we'll start from very left, that is m. So what can be the possible value of m? What kind of constraint that we can have over here? Now let's see that the addition of s plus m, that is equals to o, and it should generate the value. Now what is the possible value? In this case we have only values between 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9. So addition of s to m. So what is the highest number? Highest number is 9. So what is the second highest number? Second highest number is 8. So 9 plus 8, that is equals to 17, and carry can be generated max. How much carry? 1. So it is equals to 18. That means anyhow in any of the condition, the maximum addition of this s plus m is not a greater than 18. Okay, not greater than 18. So this is our first constraint. So value of m equals to 1. Why is it m? Why we have decided the value of m is 1? Why not it is 2? Because we know that the addition of s plus m should not be greater than 18, and suppose 18 is the number, So 1 is the carry which is generated. That's why the value of m is 1. So here what I have written, since two single digit number plus carry cannot be greater than 18, so the value of m equals to 1. Now see here what we have done, we have placed the value of m as a 1. Now there are two occurrences of m are present over here, so what I have done, I have placed one here also and here also. Now next is what should be the value of s. Okay, now 1 is already assigned, you cannot assign 1 to any another variable. So what are the left option available with you? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the digits that we are left. Now next logic, you need to apply next logic. The addition of this two variable s plus m should have value what? 18, at least 18. Okay, now in this case what we have, the value of s can be, here the value of m is 1. Already you have assigned the value of m as a 1. Now in order to have addition of this two, what else remaining over here? So only two things are there. Either you can value have s is equals to 8, or you can have value of s equals to 9. So in this case we consider the value of s as a 9. So 9 plus 1, that is equals to 10, and it gives a carry as a 1. So the value of o is 0. The value of o is 0 over here. Okay, the value of o is 0. Now here we have set the value of s as 9, we have set the value of m as 1, we have set the value of o as a 0. So that much we have considered over here. That means we have propagated second constraint. Now we need to look for third constraint. Okay, now see over here, the value of o is 0, so we placed 0 over here. Now here what we see, e plus o, that is equals to m. But one constraint is given in the problem that no two alphabet should have same digit. Okay, so in this case one more equation that we derive over here, since o equals to 0 and s plus m c3 must be at least 10 to generate the carry, so it must be at most 11, but m is already 1. Okay, so that already we have seen. Now here n equals to e plus 1, that is what the important thing. You should understand, n equals to e plus 1. Why is it so? Why it is e plus 1? Because suppose the value 1 should not be there, what will happen? The value of e plus 0, that is equals to n. That's why we always want carry over here. In the previous thing there is no such a need. If carry is not generated, then it's okay, but in this case it's compulsory to have carry over here. Then and then you can generate the value n equals to e plus 1. Now all constraints are over. Okay, because this problem can be solved in two steps. One is a constraint propagation and second one is a guessing. Now you have propagated all the constraint, and now next step is what? You have to make a guess, because in this case I don't know what should be the value of e over here, so that I will get the value of n. Now in this case, what are the variable that we have already assigned? We have assigned 1, we have assigned 9, and we have assigned 0. 1, 9 and 0, these are the value which we have already assigned. Now we want to have value for rest of the digits, rest of the alphabets. We need to assign a value. So how to guess, how to make a guess over here? So from this I come to know that the value of n plus r should be greater than 10, so that here carry 1 can be generated. Suppose that value is not greater, then carry could not be generated. So the value of n plus r should be greater than 10. Okay, and in this case also that thing we understand. Next is d plus e should also be greater than 10. Okay, so that it can be greater than 10. So in this case we have to make a guess what should be the value of d and e. So now up to we reach up to these steps. We have assigned the value of m, we have assigned the value of s, o. Now we are left with these 3. Okay, now we have to move towards the right. Now we have to check what should be the value of d and e, so that we get a value of y. Okay, now in this case one more thing is there, addition of n plus r should be greater than 10. So for that purpose 9 already we have assigned. Now what is the second, after that what is the largest digit available with us? 8 and 7. Okay, so that is a possibility that value of r can be either 8 or you can say the value of r can be 7, but I don't know exactly, it's only a guess. See, once you propagated all the constraint, next thing is what? You have to make a guess only. Okay, you have to make a only guess over here. Now suppose I place 8 over here. Okay, I can place 8 over here. That means now I need to check it for d plus e, that is equals to y. So what is the value? Okay, now in this case the addition of these two should generate the carry over here. Now first of all, before this we have to check the value. What should be the value of d and e so that it will generate the value greater than 10? So one thing is that we have placed the we are thinking that the value of r should be 8. So what are the rest of the combination that we remains with? We remains with 7 6 and 7 5. Okay, these are the things, because 7 plus 4 we cannot take, 6 plus 4 also we cannot take. So we have combination left with 7 plus 6 or 7 plus 5. Now we should try. Now let's take the value of d can be 7. So I taken the value of d is equals to 7. Now next I will take the value of e. It can be 7. After that now the next possibility is that you can have the value either 6 or 5. Now let's say you have taken the value of e equals to 5. So 7 plus 5 equals to 12. It carries 1. Okay, it carries 1. So 8 plus 6 14 plus carry 1 15. So that means the value of e equals to 5. Okay, now here also we have placed the value of e as a 5. So 5 plus 1 n equals to 6. So in this way we have solved this particular problem. That means we have made a guess. Means in this case what is our observation? That once you have done with the constraint, once you are done with all your constraint, next step is you have to make a guess. So you have to make a random guess, but that guess should again be a logical one. You have to try with the rest of the combination, which combination matches over here. It is not necessary that every time in the first stroke that you will get a combination exactly. So there may be the case that there may be a possibility that you come to know about this particular combination after trying so many trials. So finally we got this value. So father has to send a rupees 10,652 to his children. So such type of numerical has to be solved. N number of numericals are there, but send plus more equals to money is very famous numerical. So our intention is to just give you a technique how to solve such kind of problem. Now next we discuss about the constraint satisfaction algorithm. We have just discussed the example. Now it's easier to understand algorithm. So what is the first step in constraint satisfaction algorithm? Propagate the available constraint, that we have done. And to do this, first set open to set all objects to which we have to assign a value. That means in the open we have to assign all the variables to which we need to assign a value. Do until open is empty or inconsistencies detected, because one by one we just take out the variable from the open list and we are going to assign the value. Then select an object from open and assign the value according to constraint. Just we have seen that we need to explore the constraint which is already present in the numerical, and according to that we need to assign the value. And then we have to remove that object from open. Object means what? Particular alphabet. So in this case what are the alphabet? S, E, N, D, M, O, R. These are the variables. So we have to remove this object from the open list. If union of a constraint discovered above, define a solution, then quit and report the solution. That means after assigning all the values to the variable, you need to check whether you are satisfied the constraint or not. Our main condition is that you can assign the value only between 0 to 9, and that is only once. No two alphabets should have same value. Okay, if union of constraint discovered above, define contradiction, then you have to quit and report a failure. There may be the possibility that sometimes by mistakenly you assign same digit to two different variables. So in that case it will not work. If neither of the above occur, then make a guess. Once your constraint gets completed or over. Next thing is what? You have to make a guess until the solution is found. Select an object whose value is not yet determined and assign some value randomly. Just we have taken over here, we have initially randomly try to fix the value of r, that is equals to 8. Okay, so that we are done. Then recursively invoke constraint satisfaction with current set of constraints. So you need to carry the same process again and again. You have to randomly guess the value of a variable, and then finally you need to check whether it generates a proper solution which satisfy all the constraints or not. So in this way you need to solve constraint satisfaction problem, and we discuss the example of cryptarithmatic problem, that is send plus more equals to money. So I hope you understand how to solve constraint satisfaction problem, where here we have solved cryptarithmatic puzzle, that is send plus more equals to money. Thank you.